Anime was a pretty niche medium for a while here in the West, but that changed when Crunchyroll was introduced. It was the first time that we could watch anime at the same time it aired in Japan, and one show really helped bring anime into the mainstream. Sword Art Online. Sword Art Online is one of the most influential and best pieces of... as I was saying, Sword Art Online is one of the most influential... Okay, what the fuck is that sound? Attack on Titan took the world by storm, quickly becoming one of the most popular anime of all time as it destroyed record after record after record. The first opening for it is absolutely iconic at this point now, and its presence has leaked into other mediums that are not anime. It's almost everywhere in memes, and it's very relevant in pop culture. Attack on Titan... excuse me for 1 second. Yeah! And it has quickly become an anime modern classic, maybe even a masterpiece. However, this media giant's final season is coming very soon. It will be aired on December 7th. Attack on Titan is a show loaded with information in it, so for the average weeb, I can understand not wanting to dive into it. Hell, even watchers of the show may have forgotten a detail or two since there's so much stuff in it, and it aired nearly a decade ago. But who would want to miss all the hype that is the final season? Fear not, dear viewer, for today, I will be starting a series of videos where for the next 3 weekends, we will be covering all of Attack on Titan, including the OVAs, so that any viewer will be completely ready to watch the hugely anticipated final season of the show. For this episode specifically, we will be covering Season 1 of the show, as well as the No Regrets and Issei Journal OVAs. Now with that out of the way, let's talk about it. A threat unlike ever seen before was introduced to humanity one day, known as the Titans. The Titans are really large naked humanoids that just popped up one day. They all appear to be male, and they have no obvious ways of reproducing since there is no peen wiggling between their legs. They also have a really large knack for just eating people. They don't have to eat people though, since they have no digestive system. Titans literally just eat humans or kill them just because. And then they throw them back up like hairballs in big ol' sacks. Disgusting. Disgusting! Their source of energy appears to be based off of sunlight, so they're more like plants than animals. There are 2 distinct types of Titans, until the Titan shifters are introduced, which are the normal ones and the abnormal ones. The abnormal ones move in ways that are unpredictable and are considered really dangerous. Titans are also incredibly hard to kill because they have insane regenerative power, and the only way to kill them is to chop off a sliver of flesh on their necks. So they aren't easy to kill and really like killing people, so they started to make humans go extinct. The only reason humanity survived is because 3 gigantic walls that are about 50 meters, which is half the size of a football field for my American viewers, in height appeared out of seemingly nowhere. I mean nowhere, like actually no one knows where they came from. But they're big, so, you know, thankfully they blocked off majority of humanity from the giant naked people. The outer wall is called Wall Maria, and is where the low class tend to live. The middle wall is called Wall Rose, where the middle and high class live, and the inner wall is called Wall Sheena, where the king and the royal capital are located. Each wall has 4 little half circles spread out among them because they want to lure Titans to those instead of the rest of the walls. These walls stood proud for centuries, but, you know, obviously they didn't stand forever or else we wouldn't have a story. In the year 845, we meet a little shit named Eren Yeager, a very noisy and emotional child who lives in the Shiganshina district, a town located in one of the half circles on Wall Maria. He lives with his mom, his dad who is a doctor, and his adopted sister, Mikasa Ackerman. Mikasa lived in the woods of Wall Maria until her parents were killed by human traffickers, who wanted her because she was Asian. Eren and his dad were on their way to an appointment for her parents, and then they find their corpses, so Eren goes to rescue her. This results in 2 little kids murdering 3 adult men. Funny how that works. Anyways, back to the present day. Eren's dad is leaving home to go to work, and he tells Eren that he'll let him know what's in the basement when he comes home. This damn basement would become a mystery for the entire rest of this season.
What's in the basement? What's in the fucking basement?
Eren and Mikasa leave home and bump into their friend Armin, a kid with a big brain but like not much else. Together these form our main trio. The 3 are talking about how much they want to go into the outside world when Armin makes a comment about the walls. He says just because the walls haven't been breached doesn't mean they can't be breached today. Just after that, the Colossal Titan appears outside and kicks a hole right in the wall, breaching it. Thanks, Armin. You just had to say something, didn't you?
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine.
No one besides the Survey Corp had ever really seen the Titans up close before, so while the Titans stroll in, all hell gets let loose. To make matters worse, a beefy Titan shows up and slams a hole in Walmaria, letting the Titans go even further in. Eren and Mikasa run to rescue their mother while a Titan approaches them. But it's okay, Hans has shown up and he's here to save the day and kill the Titan. Never mind. He's grabbing the kids and running because he just pissed his pants. Eren gets a good view of watching his mom get maunched on, though.
Finally, some good fucking food.
After watching his mom get killed, he makes a promise to himself to kill every Titan, and he wants to fulfill his dream of going to the outside world. This leads him to enlist in the military in hopes of joining the Survey Corps. Mikasa and Armin come with him because you can't leave this emotional little baby by himself for too long. Now, there are 3 branches of the military. The military police, who are like cops, they usually live in Walshina and are supposed to protect the royal family. It's a pretty easy living, so many people go this route for safety. The garrison regiment, they're supposed to walk the walls and be first to stop a Titan attacks, but they don't really seem too good at their job. And the Survey Corps, which explore outside human territory to try and find out information about the Titans and if they can reclaim said territory. Military boot camp starts up with Training Corps 104, which Eren and the crew are in. Corps 104 introduces us to quite a few new characters as well. We meet John, a man often compared to a horse for some reason, and who is aiming to join the military police for an easy living. We have Reiner Braun, a big muscular guy that feels like he sweats German. We have Annie Lionheart, a girl that really shows no interest in anything except for fighting. We have Bertolt Hoover, a guy that's tall. Yeah, we don't really, know too much about Bertolt. We have Marco Bott, your average nice guy that simps really hard for John. We have Krista Lenz, an extremely attractive girl that's really kind and seems very out of place here. We have Connie Springer, a guy who is both bald and stupid. And we have Ymir, a girl that seems really gay for Krista, which, you know, I really can't say I blame her. Lastly, we have our potato girl, that is Sasha Blouse. Her and the Marshal have the most intense conversation about potatoes you probably will ever see in your life. Here we are completely introduced to the 3D maneuvering gear, which is probably one of the coolest things from this show. It's a device with grappling hooks around the hips that allow the wearer to move in a 3-dimensional plane instead of a 2-dimensional plane, and is essential for reaching that sweet, sweet flesh that is the weak spot of Titans. While Eren trains in Corps 104, we get to see what the Survey Corps are up to in the very first episode of the Issei's Journal OVAs. Now would be a good time to introduce you to the 3 Survey Corps members that are really going to matter. We have Commander Erwin Smith, leader of the Survey Corps. Next we have Hanji Zoe, a girl that is really obsessed with her research and really likes Titans. Like, maybe a little too much. She seems to get off to the naked bastards a little bit. And then we have the most popular character in all of Attack on Titan, Levi. Levi is a short man with a cold attitude, always willing to get the job done and follow his higher-ups. He's also incredibly badass and probably the best soldier in all of the military. We'll talk about his backstory later on though, since I don't want to talk about an OVA inside of an OVA. Anyways, Hanji wants to capture a Titan to further her research, but gets a big fat no from Erwin. That doesn't stop her though. She goes looking for a Titan on her own instead, to which she successfully does find one, but he's headbutting a tree. Because of his headbutting, the Levi squad assumes he's an abnormal and kills him on the spot. However, in the tree he was headbutting is a human corpse, just nicely sitting there. The body is identified to be from a year prior, and they find a detailed journal of hers and what happened. She was left behind in the last scouting mission, and she encountered a Titan that could talk. Wait, what? A talking Titan? That's not normal. Of course they killed the talking Titan by accident. Yay. Anyways, apparently the Titan referred to Issei as Ymir. Wait a minute, Ymir? Isn't she in the training corps right now? I mean, I guess the 2 characters did look pretty similar, but why does this talking Titan know about Ymir? On top of that, the Titan is kneeling in respect for her. Even stranger. Anyway, when she screams at it, it spooks the Titan so much that he launches her head right off. However, he only takes off her head. He doesn't touch the rest of her body at all, and he places it inside the hollow of that tree. Hanji uses this as the backbone to her argument in capturing Titans, which succeeds, and then leads to her eventually catching Sonny and Bean down the line. We aren't going to talk about any of the other episodes of Issei's Journal because they're really stupid. Now, let's go back to what Corps 104 are on, and oh yay, they're all graduating, yay! This is 5 years after Walmaria was originally broken into. They're all currently tasked in the garrison regiment for the time being at Trost, which is a half circle on Wall Rose, and things are looking pretty good. Eren gives a monologue about how this year will be the turning point for humanity, and then the Colossal Titan reappears for the first time in 5 years. These characters really love jinxing themselves, I guess. So he shows up, destroys every cannon on top of the wall, and then he kicks another nice hole in another wall. It's Titan invading part 2, baby! Eren attempts to kill the Colossal Titan, but just like the Avatar, he vanishes. Well, I mean, that's alright. It's time to stop the Titans from killing any civilian. Eren hypes up his squad a ton, they all get pumped, and then they all die in literally a matter of seconds. Eren seems out of commission while Armin's about to get vored, but then Eren gets that monumentous main character flashback to Armin talking about how he wants to see the sea one day. This is enough to get him up and moving, and he goes to trade places with Armin, getting eaten himself. Mikasa later finds a traumatized Armin, hears about the news, and then she goes apeshit and is about to get murdered when suddenly a Titan shows up that is beating the shit out of other Titans. This Titan helps everyone in the garrison resupply and helps civilians evacuate, but the Titan then dies and it gives birth to Eren. Back from the dead, baby! He then blanks out for a while and he comes to, conveniently saying, "I'll kill them all," while he's surrounded by the garrison regiment wanting to kill him. These characters really do have superb timing. But yeah, everyone's scared of him because they saw him come out of a Titan, so you know naturally you kill things you don't understand. Armin starts his talk no jutsu and almost succeeds, but the sleep-deprived commander still wants to blow holes in Eren. Thankfully, Commander Pix, who is the head of the southern branch of the garrison, shows up and he saves Eren. After saying he wanted to die by being eaten by a female Titan, he decides they should absolutely bet everything they have on Eren's newfound power to patch up the hole the Titans are coming through with a giant-ass rock. Absolutely no one in the army was okay with this, but they do it anyways because no one cares about the majority opinion. The situation had a lot of hiccups. Jean's gear stopped working, Titan Eren wanted to fist Mikasa, probably the only time that will ever happen. Marco's half the man he used to be. A lot of things went wrong, but they did patch the hole somehow. This is the first victory in centuries against Titans for humanity, so this is a pretty big moment. And then Eren gets arrested because he can turn into a Titan. So Eren goes to court because he got arrested, and he gets put on trial because he can turn into a Titan. And the court case kind of went along these lines.
He's a demon! Burn the witch!
No, I don't think we should do that. I'm pretty sure we can control him.
How can you be so sure? We have a Levi. Fair enough. Case closed.
Now that that's all settled, Eren joins the Survey Corps to find out what the hell is in his basement. On the topic of the Survey Corps, let's talk about them again. You already know who Erwin and Hanji are. Well, here's some backstory on Levi. In the No Regrets OVA, Levi is originally a smuggler in the underground trying to make enough money to live on the surface. Levi is joined by two other hoodlums named Isabel and Farlon, and they all live together. We learn about Levi's obsession with hygiene, how caring he can be as they all take care of a bird. It's honestly really nice. Then things start to go downhill a little bit when they all get hired to kill Erwin of the Survey Corps, and unfortunately they get captured. Erwin acknowledges they have skills and asks them to join either the Survey Corps or get handed to the military police for prison time. They reluctantly join the Survey Corps, but hold their intent to kill Erwin. Levi wants to do it alone, but Farlon and Isabel convince him to believe in them. Then they get brutally murdered by an abnormal Titan, and Levi goes absolutely apeshit in a scene that actually made me cry. You really just can't get attached to anyone on the show, man, I swear. This is also the one scene in season 1 where we get to see Big Man cry. After this, Levi gains massive appreciation for Erwin and takes the Survey Corps seriously. Now, back to the present. We get introduced to the Levi squad, which is Petra Rao, Eldjin, Bozado, and Gunther Schultz. We also get introduced to this guy that really likes smelling people. Oh, and also pretty much the entire main cast, besides Annie, end up joining the Survey Corps. With all the new recruits, they leave to go and reclaim Walmaria and to find out what's inside of Eren's basement. Things seem to be going pretty well until a Titan with tits shows up, which would be perfect for Pix because this is the exact way he was looking to die. Now, if you remember what I said earlier, female Titans are not a thing, so that combined with its seeming levels of intelligence, even going as far to remove Armin's hood to look at him, definitely suggests that there is a real girl controlling this tall girl. She has a very striking resemblance to one of the other members of the main cast, but you know, it's definitely a coincidence. It has combat skills, it can run really fast, and it can harden its skin using crystal. This female Titan is also in hot pursuit of Eren for some reason, and Eren sees her slapping people around, so he wants to turn into a Titan to kick her ass. But the Levi squad tells him to cool down and have faith in them. Wait a second, I've seen this before. Levi wants to do it alone, but Farlon and Isabel convince him to believe in them. Then they get brutally murdered by an abnormal Titan. No, wait, no, I'm sure this is fine. Eren decides to have faith in them and doesn't transform. They lure the Titan right into a trap by Erwin, and now we're finally gonna see who's really under that mask. But then it screams, and a shitload of Titans appear from everywhere and start to devour her. Well, I mean, you know, that sucks, but hey, we got the Levi squad out here being the wholesome crew that they are. They're talking about their first time coming out on expedition, they're congratulating Eren for trusting them. Things are great. Wait a second, I've seen this before. Eren hypes up his squad a ton, they all get pumped, and then they all die in literally a matter of seconds. Man, between this and the believe in me thing, I'm starting to get a little worried, but I'm sure things will be fine. Oh my gosh, what is happening? No, stop, Josh, not Petra, oh no! I mean, come on now. We all saw this happening given Eren's track record. Just, you know, don't squad up with Eren, guys. Honestly though, the death of the Levi squad is really depressing. I was rewatching AOT for this video, and I cried. Anyways, this pisses Eren off, and he goes into Titan form to fight her. He loses horribly and gets eaten for the second time in probably 5 episodes. But Levi goes absolutely ham again and rips her to shreds to rescue Eren. With Eren retrieved, they go back to town, absolutely defeated. They lost a lot of people and had to ditch a lot of bodies, and came back with absolutely nothing. Eren has to go inside of Wall Rose for another trial and be turned over to the military police since their last operation failed. But it makes John disguise himself as him, and they ask Annie to help them escape. However, this is all a ruse to try and trap Annie because everyone suspects her of being the female Titan. When, surprise, surprise, she transforms and reveals that she is. She traps Armin, Mikasa, and Eren in a tunnel where Eren starts gnawing on his hand like a chicken leg trying to transform. While Eren is being a little bitch, not a surprise, he does this a lot, Annie is absolutely wreaking havoc on the city and killing a ton of scouts and civilians. She gets caught for the second time, but breaks out for the second time. Eren finally mans up and transforms, moving at full throttle to kick Annie's ass. Now they can both destroy the town together. Hooray! They have a fight very similar to the one that they had in the woods, and once again it does seem like it's in Annie's favor. She starts to sprint away to escape when all of a sudden, Eren's back up again, but this time he's steaming and looks like he's possessed by a demon. This is what earns his Titan name, the Attack Titan, which is very original. He starts to beat the actual absolute shit out of her, and he straight up destroys her face. Annie knows she's going to lose this time, so she throws him off of her and starts to try to climb up the wall. While she's climbing up, she starts to tear off pieces of the wall, which a lot of people didn't think could actually happen. She gets dangerously close to the top of it when Mikasa shows off how much of a Chad she is and cuts off Annie's fingies. Annie falls all the way down to the ground, and Eren beats her up a little bit more. He's totally gone at this point, so he's going in to try to eat her. He rips off her neck flesh, and underneath he sees Annie crying, which brings him back to his senses. This gives Annie enough time to somehow freeze herself. Well, the fight is over now. The town is ruined, and a lot of people are dead. Also, Annie's crystal appears impossible to crack. So, town inside of Wall Rose was destroyed, and they got absolutely nothing from this. Another operation failed. Damn, we just can't get a win in this show, can we? Well, Eren and the Survey Corps don't need to be summoned anymore since they know that there are evil Titan shifters, and Eren is not one of them. Annie got locked very far underground, and Commander Erwin instills a sense of hope that they will stop the enemies of humanity, the Titan shifters, that are inside the wall grounds since the Colossal Titan and Armored Titan are both likely Titan shifters. Well, that appears to be all of the show. Wait, no, it's zooming in on the wall where Annie was climbing up. It shouldn't be doing it. Wait, what the fuck is that? And after this cliffhanger, the Attack on Titan fanbase was left to suffer for 4 years of silence until Season 2 was announced. Thankfully, you guys only have to wait a week to find out what happened in Season 2, so stay tuned for that. This wraps up today's video. Now you know everything you need to know about Attack on Titan Season 1. Until next time.